Thank you all so much for extending the invitation. As was said, my name is P.G. Sittenfeld. I'm one of your Cincinnati City Council members, and it's a pleasure to be with you today as a surrogate for Ohio Senior Senator Sherrod Brown. And I think there are a number of fair criticisms to be lobbed at the senator's opponent, Josh Mandel, both policy positions that Mandel has taken, as well as questions that he has refused to answer, and the way he's actually decided to run his campaign. But I think it would be refreshing in this political season to actually focus on what's positive. And I think there's no shortage of positive things to focus on about Sherrod Brown. And rather than just give you one or two or even three reasons, I'm actually going to give you, and we will do this somewhat expeditiously, a top 10 reasons why we need to re-elect Senator Sherrod Brown to the United States Senate. So with the biggest issue this election season by far being jobs and the economy, number 10, Sherrod Brown fought to keep our auto industry alive, and because of that, the automobile industry is back in Ohio. We're making Chevy Cruzes, we're making Jeeps, and we're preserving and protecting 850,000 jobs related to the automobile industry here in Ohio. Number 9, Sherrod Brown led the fight and continues to lead the fight against China's illegal currency manipulation, which is costing Ohio jobs. He has a bipartisan bill that is already gaining support from Republicans, including Ohio's own Rob Portman. Number 8, Sherrod Brown has fought for equal pay for women, saying that it's unacceptable for women to earn 77 cents on the dollar that men earn, and that this is a moral issue, but as more and more women are the primary breadwinners in their family, this is also a critical economic issue. Number 7, Sherrod has fought for affordable education so that young people who get accepted to college or who have access to other career opportunities aren't in a position where they can't afford to continue their education or they can't continue to skill up because they can't afford to do it. Our country can't afford that outcome. And I think this really is, as the senator sees it, the ultimate investment in the future, ensuring that the next generation has the skills and preparation to be competitive in a global economy. Sherrod Brown is helping lead this fight. Sherrod has fought to protect Medicare, Social Security, and veterans benefits. Why? Because these people have given their work, their sweat, their labor over many years, and most of all, in some cases, their service to the country to earn this safety net. This is not an entitlement. This is something that they have earned, and that's why the senator is proud to continue to fight to protect and preserve Medicare, Social Security, and veterans benefits. I want to turn quickly to a few personal points that reflect Sherrod the man, and I think speak also to what his values are. So Sherrod Brown is a public servant. He has served in the Ohio House of Representatives. He's served the state as our Secretary of State. He's served as a member of Congress in the United States House of Representatives. And he's also served now for a term in the United States Senate. Sherrod has had other opportunities. There are other things he could have done. He could have gone off and made a lot of money at some point. But he's done this because he is committed to service to our state. And I think we're very fortunate that he has been in that capacity, in that role for so many years. Number 4 on our top 10 list of the reasons we need to re-elect Sherrod Brown to the United States Senate. People like talking a lot in politics about sort of getting 2 for the price of 1. So when I think about one of my favorite things about Sherrod Brown, 2 words come to mind: Connie Schultz. If you want a reflection of good judgment, I know that Sherrod has good judgment because he chose to marry a woman who is a highly accomplished, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, herself a very strong voice both nationally and here in Ohio for progressive values, and just an all-around terrific person. So with Sherrod as Connie's compass, with Connie as Sherrod's compass, rather, I know he'll continue to make more good decisions in the future as he has in the past. Number 3, if you don't want to take my word for Sherrod's achievement and for his commitment to the state of Ohio, then you can take the word of the 17 different news publications across the state, including every one, I repeat, every single one of the major Ohio newspapers who have come out and endorsed Senator Sherrod Brown over Josh Mandel. And that includes getting the endorsement just this week of the Columbus Dispatch, which represents the first time in 32 years that the Dispatch has endorsed a Democrat for the United States Senate, which I think reflects that Sherrod is a very special candidate, and a lot of what he does for the state of Ohio transcends political boundaries. Number 2, Sometimes it's nice to know who endorses and who supports a candidate, like every major newspaper in the state. I think it can also be clarifying to know who doesn't like a candidate. So I will tell you, or for many of you, remind you, that Karl Rove and super PACs and big oil and the Koch brothers and anonymous money have pumped more money, in excess of $20 million, into this race to tear down Senator Brown and try and cut down his distinguished record. You know you're on the right side when on the opposite side are Karl Rove and the Koch brothers. As for the number one reason we've reached the end of our list, we need to re-elect Senator Sherrod Brown to the U.S. Senate, I wanted to end with an anecdote that Sherrod and Connie have both shared in recent days. So not too long ago, the senator and Connie were at a public event, and Sherrod was speaking, and a man leans over, not knowing who Connie was, and said, "I can't stand this guy's voice. It's really grating." And she said, "Oh, really? Okay." And I think for many of us, we know Sherrod's raspy voice, which I take as the sign of someone who's been working hard all day. And Connie said to the man, I actually kind of like it. And he said, "Really, you do?" And Connie's response was, "I especially like it when he says, 'Hey, baby, I love you.'" And what Sherrod's line on that is, he says, he's the first to admit, "I might not have the prettiest voice, but I'll be the strongest voice for Ohio. I'll be the best voice for Ohio. I'm the right voice for Ohio. I hope you all join me in thinking that Senator Sherrod Brown will continue to be the strongest voice for Ohio, and do everything you can between now and next Tuesday, Election Day, to get your friends, your family, your neighbor to send Sherrod Brown back to the United States Senate for 6 more years. Thank you all very much."